All right, everyone, and welcome to a brand new edition of the Swift Kicks podcast. With me, as always, Steve. That's all we got today.
Me.
That's all we got. That's
All
all
you
we got.
need. That's all you need.
What more do you need?
What more do you
Just
need?
Steve and Alex, just
Just
rocking it,
on a
killing it.
Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is the Swift Kicks conclave to
Yeah.
keep up with the news. Which actually sounds
Dream
like a
team.
pretty cool thing. The papal conclave, like just
I'd
you and
probably.
your dudes just hanging out, chatting about who's going to be the man for the next rest of their life.
I was thinking you meant like another like sub channel. I was like, yeah, I'd pay. I'd open a Patreon for that.
Yeah, we'll
Swift
call it the
kicks.
conclave.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Swift
Yeah.
Kicks conclave. I'm
We're
down with it.
60 seconds into this episode and we've already hitting gold. Imagine what we
Right.
got for the rest of this episode, chat. Imagine.
Yeah, it might be downhill from here. All right, so we were talking about the championship, League One,
Not to be confused with Ligue 1.
not to be confused with the Frenchies. No, not at all. No, 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 no.
Mm-mm.
Oh man,
I
we're
was
gonna switch
watching.
this.
I was watching Wrexham today,
Oh, you
playing
want to go
against
League
Black.
One?
Oh, sorry. I read ahead.
We were going to talk about the championship real quick, just because Leeds and Burnley have officially been promoted to
Mm.
the Premier League for next season. So, kind of a quick return for both of them. Sitting there in the playoff spots right now are Sheffield United, Sunderland,
Wow.
Bristol City, Coventry City. But there is the potential. So, you have to basically be in the top 3 through 6. And sixth place is 66 points right now. And
Mhm.
essentially, all the way down to Swansea City at 60 points could
Wow.
effectively get in. I think it might even be a little more ridiculous than that, but I think we can start cutting it off at West Brom, 60 points,
Mhm.
only 6 points off of a potential playoff spot to get into the Premier League again.
Some
Look at some of
names you
those
haven't seen
names.
in the Premier a while.
Millwall.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was just getting at. Coventry City,
Hmm.
Bristol. I haven't
Yeah.
seen some of these names in the
Yeah.
first division in
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how long.
Yeah. Down the bottom here. There's some I sent you guys in the P chat the kind of how ridiculous the championship is, where there's a good amount of teams as well that could go down just as easily.
Dude,
Um,
Luton again, back-to-back
yeah, I know
relegations.
that'd be brutal. They're on 46 points, and you look at Norwich City, only really at 53, so not that far off. um,
Wow. Wayne Rooney really did a number with Plymouth Argyle.
yeah,
See that
yeah,
goal difference? Negative
yeah.
37. I mean, Cardiff
My
and Luton are both on negative 23, and then Derby's right above them at negative 9. That is quite the jump.
my guy, negative 37.
Negative 37 is not great. 21 goals scored, 48 goals conceded.
Yep,
I think that's what I'm reading. Yeah.
yep. Or
No, that's not right. That's
no,
not
it's
correct.
85 goals against.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh,
Ugh.
look at it. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah. So it's getting rough out there.
Sunderland could be back in the Premier League. Long time since they've been there.
Don't talk about it. We're gonna move on to League
Uh,
One.
you're specifically why I was talking about it.
I'd
uh,
rather see Middlesbrough. So like middle of the road kind of rivalry.
but for some League One action,
Mm,
so Wrexham.
yeah.
Spoiler. If you haven't seen the show and you plan on watching the show, spoiler alert. So mute me now. But Wrexham, back-to-back promotions from going from National League all up to League Two, and then first season in League Two going up to League One. They are currently sitting second in League One, potentially on course to being promoted to the Championship, which is an ascension, I dare say, like no other. Birmingham City are already, I think they're mathematically promoted. They're at 99 points, first place. Wrexham, after today's win over Blackpool, they beat Blackpool 2-1 away from home. That leapfrogged them above Wickham, who also played today. Wrexham sit on 86 points, and they also brought their goal difference up quite a bit. Wickham doing everything wrong today, losing 4-0 to Charlton. Um, and not only to Charlton, but Charlton are fourth place. Charlton. So let me just break this down for you. Birmingham's at 99 points. Wrexham are in second on 86. Wickham are in third on 84. And Charlton now are in fourth on 82 points.
Mm,
So 86, 84, 82. There's a span of 4 points there separating the second automatic promotion spot.
right,
Charlton weren't really in that conversation until today's results. So really everything to play for those second, third, and fourth teams. I mean, you got Stockport sitting in fifth on 81 points, so they're not completely.
right.
I mean, definitely in the playoff spots without a doubt. And in the playoff spots at the time of recording for promotion to the championship from League One, we have Wickham, Charlton, Stockport, and Leyton Orient.
Mm.
Um,
Sucks for Reading.
yeah,
Same
Reading
points
missing
as
out on
Leighton
goal
Orient, but goal
difference.
difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sucks. Speaking of teams you haven't really seen, Birmingham City, never really been a Prem club. Charlton,
Birmingham
Reading,
City have been up there. I think Birmingham City have
they've,
been up there.
they're,
What,
yeah,
like early
once
two
or twice.
thousands?
Yeah, yeah. Bolton Wanderers, Huddersfield Town.
Bolton used to be
After that,
up there pretty
hmm
consistently.
yeah. After
Wigan as
that, it gets a
well.
little
Yeah.
Shrewsbury Town. Anyway, yeah,
Blackpool. I mean,
Wrexham,
Blackpool. We had up there.
Blackpool's
Was
been
up
up
there
there.
for in the Premier League era for
Yeah,
a handful of seasons.
yeah,
Reading as well. I remember Reading used to be up there.
yeah. Birmingham City, owned by partly by Tom Brady. So it's kind
Didn't
of
know
the
that.
yeah, it's a little bit of the
Mm.
celebrity league here, I guess, if you will.
Who is Birmingham's manager? Do we know that?
I
Without
do.
or okay.
Can't remember his name.
Is it somebody of like of
Decent stature.
yeah?
Chris Davies.
No. Did Chris Dave? No, I'm getting him confused with someone else. I thought he managed.
Yeah, he managed. No, yeah, you're right.
Shh.
Only ever managed at Birmingham City. Maybe he's not that high
Oh,
of stature.
okay. All right
He
then.
was assistant to Brendan Rodgers at Swansea, Liverpool, Celtic, and Leicester.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Right
So
on.
he's a Brendan Rodgers protege.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but I mean, the thing that stood out to me was Birmingham City have played two less games than everybody and have
Good Lord.
way more points. So
I don't know what the record is for most points amassed in League One, but Birmingham have there's two I think there's two there's oh they have 4 games. I think there's 2 games left in the season. For Birmingham, I think there's 4 games left in the season then if that's correct. Because they still have two in hand.
let's see.
I mean, that's a potential for 4 times 3, it's 12, 12, that's 111 points. Good
Hmm.
God.
Lord.
Lord.
Let's see. Oh, this is a stupid tracker. Anyway, I'm trying to look up the most amount of points. Burnley and Charlton Athletic both scored 101 points. Oh, sorry, Burnley was championship. Charlton Athletic was 101 points in League One in the 2011-2012 season.
Dude, they could definitely beat that 100%.
Yeah.
If
Yep.
that's the record, then they could definitely beat that.
Yeah. This is from footyaccumulators.com. I believe it.
Wow. Wow.
Championship is Reading at 106 points
Okay.
in
106. Okay.
2005. Yeah. Damn. It's a lot of points in a league that big too. That's the
Yeah,
thing about the
24 teams or
championship. They
22 teams, 24 teams, 20.
20. I thought it might even be 26.
What? Great Scott.
24. 24. Here we go. I added two just for fun.
Just to keep you on your toes, chat.
Yeah. But yeah, the championship, League One. I mean, should we take a little gander down at League Two?
Sure.
Tell me if you can name a League Two side.
Yeah, Fuck. Scunthorpe?
I'm gonna say Exeter.
Is Maidstone down there?
Is who? Who?
Maidstone?
Ooh,
They
that
might
sounds
be
pretty good.
league. They might be League One. There's like Rottingham as well.
Mm, 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 Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
boom.
Okay, okay.
Doncaster
Wimbledon.
Rovers, Port
Not
Vale,
Grimsby, right?
Grimsby,
Of course, once you see them, you're like
Salford City.
Salford. I heard that the class of '92 were looking to sell out, like
Really?
sell off the to get. They're looking to get out of there.
Carlisle United in the relegation zone.
Uh,
That'd be a disaster.
17. I think both teams I mentioned were not here. Nope.
No, correct. Oh well.
Crew Alexandra.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
in my player career mode one time for 1 year FIFA with Crew Alexandra signed me,
Yeah.
and then the day after they sold me.
I was gonna
I
say they
got an
benched you.
email from the manager, and he told me it was no longer in his plans. I was like, I've been here for less than 24 hours. How is that even possible? I haven't even played a game yet. We were still simulating like calendar days to get to the next match day,
Right.
and
The ink wasn't even dry.
yeah, the ink wasn't even dry yet. It still was smudged. Like I've never seen that happen before. Like
Oh,
to me or to anybody like on YouTube or anything. I've never seen someone just get, and it wasn't like one of the recent FIFAs that you could just like they kind of do like more wild stuff or like loan you back out to something. They
right.
just bought me
Ditch you.
full and clear, and then the next day they're like, "We're selling you. We don't. You're not in our plans anymore. We're putting you up for sale." And I was like, I've never forgotten, and I've never forgave them. So
Yeah. Are you a big Port Vale fan then? It's Crew Alexandra's biggest rival.
massive Port Vale fan.
Massive, massive Port Vale
Massive,
fan.
massive Port Vale
Absolutely.
fan.
Yeah. Second place in League Two right
I
now.
think I actually went to Barnsley after that. I think is what the move was.
Yeah. Um,
Couldn't believe it.
Great Scott. A little
Yeah,
early.
great
We can
Scott.
do it. Everything seems to be off to a great
Great
start.
Scott. Yeah. So
You're in the split, right?
we are in the split. We are in the split. That can be confirmed. However, we were also we did not have Premiership action this weekend. We were in the Scottish FA Cup we were in the semi-final playing St Johnstone this weekend. Um, St. Johnston, who we most recently lost to 1-0. That day that Rangers lost and we needed to win to really kind of seal the deal, we
Yeah.
also lost that day. So I didn't really know what was going to happen this day. It was at a more neutral ground, Hampden Park, so neither home nor away. Well, I suppose it would be away.
Yeah.
Um, but we came out
Wasn't
5-0
home.
on top. Yeah, it wasn't home. It wasn't home. Came out 5-0 on top to beat St. Johnstone and progress through to the final. Aberdeen beat Hearts 2-1 in their semifinal, so we play Aberdeen, play the Dons in the final on May 24th
Nice.
at Hampton again. So the what was it? I forget. It's called like the Premier Sports Cup. I think the one that we won in December, something like that. It's a really
Hmm.
early cup, but that cup, FA Cup's on for grabs and the Premiership as well. So the Premiership still sitting pretty as well. Let's go back to the Premiership.
81 points.
Yeah, so we're at the split. The split is in effect. 81 points, as you can see here. Goal difference of a healthy goal difference of 75 points. Um, Rangers sitting in second at 66 points, 33 goal difference, followed up by Hibs. We have Dundee United, and then Aberdeen and St. Mirren following up in sixth place. And for the post-split relegation group, Hearts just missing out on 40 points, so they're top of the bottom, top of the toilet bowl. And we have Hearts, Motherwell, Monarch, Ross County, Dundee, and St. Johnstone. Um, interesting talking points going into the second half of the season is the imminent re-arrival of Kieran Tierney. I think it's all pretty much
Yeah.
set in stone. I don't know if it's in writing. I think it actually is in writing, but um, Kieran Tierney's coming back. Jeffrey Schlupp is here, I believe, until the end of the season. Who was supposed to be cover for Greg Taylor? Greg Taylor's spot in the starting 11 has been under a magnifying glass for quite some time. A lot of people are under the take the position that Greg Taylor might just not be good enough to cut it at, as a first choice left back at Celtic. So Schlupp's been in. Schlupp's been put in some pretty good appearances in some good shifts in the Champions League and also in the league, but he's tailed off a little bit.
Mm.
And ironically, Greg Taylor's really been putting in some solid shifts. He scored recently, um, kind of making a case of, do we get rid of him? Do we not? Et cetera, et cetera. So I think I think he's got a case to be able to make for himself to stay, for his employers to keep him around. Whether or not he wants to be kept around, I mean, I do wonder personally if he's got a little bit of like, does this club actually even value me if they're bringing in, KT's coming in, we know he's coming in, they brought in Schlupp. It's kind of like they're bringing in all these people to try and replace me. Do they even want me around? So we'll see how that comes or what happens there in the off season. Another one I'm kind of a little bit skeptical of, unfortunately, because I really like the guys. Adam Ida, he's
Mm.
just he's just been on a really miserable run of form. Not scoring many goals, not making much, causing much havoc or having really any effect on the field. Was really clutch for us last season when we signed him in January, and really making a solid push in the second half of the season. This time around, it's really anything but. So if he's looking to extend a contract beyond this season, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think it's almost maybe too because the season, the league's just about wrapped up. It's not, but it's just about wrapped up. So
Yeah.
I don't know what sort of solid performances he could put in that could really maybe rip up some trees in his favor. Who's another one? Nicholas Kuhn's another one's kind of gone off the burner. Nicholas Kuhn was on fire. He started this season on an absolute tear. Um, I have some stats here of just uh, for goals. So the leading goal scorers in the Scottish Premiership, we're still looking at Daisen Maeda.
Mm.
Daisen Maeda on 16 goals. We have Murray from Dundee on 15. Dalby from Dundee United on 14. The next, wow, Kyogo is number 8 on 10 goals, and Kyogo has only played one season or one half of the season. Sorry. Kuhn, who I think scored almost all of his 10, if not all of his 10 in the first half of the season. I don't know if he's added any to it since. Kuhn is also tied for the most assists, as well is Alistair Johnston, both on 8. Greg Taylor has 7 assists. Daisa Maeda has 7. And then Luke McCowan has 6. So of the top 10, Celtic have 5 in the assists. So been doing they've been doing fairly well. Clean sheets is not even worth it. I mean, uh, Schmeichel. I actually thought Schmeichel had more. Schmeichel has 19, followed by Walton in second place from Dundee United on 12.
Mm.
Um, but Celtic are, well, theirs to lose. I don't even know if they can lose it at this point, but
Yeah. I was gonna say seems pretty wrapped up, which is a good thing in
mhm.
some ways. Um, anyway, it's a couple of things. The fall of Aberdeen this season,
Dude,
I feel like is a storyline in and of itself. I'm not really sure what happened there.
I think
But
there's just reinforcements, honestly.
yeah,
They had
um,
they were striking while the fire was hot, but it was the question of whether can the fire be hot the whole season?
mm,
Can they sustain that for a full season?
yeah,
Was the real question, and they just
there.
couldn't.
Kieran Tierney just played his 100th cap for
Yeah, I
Arsenal,
saw that. I saw that.
um,
Yeah.
league games, and but he's like officially signed like for the summer, correct? Like he's off once the
Sorry.
season ends. He's officially off to Celtic once the season
Yeah,
ends, correct?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Believe so. Yeah, we sold him for what was it, 25 mil to Arsenal.
Mm.
I I think his contract's just expiring at the end of this year. So I don't think. Basically, what I'm trying to say is good business.
Yeah. The old Nigerian buyback from the goods for those of
Exactly.
you that have watched that movie. I'm just looking here at some of the headlines too from Scotland, and Steven Gerrard and Jose Mourinho apparently interested in the Rangers job.
Wow. Would I mean, I was about to say, would they take Gerard back? But we took Rogers back.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Last guy to win it
wow.
for him.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it would make the league a bit more spicy. I mean, I think I think Gerard brought more eyes to Scottish football, which,
Yeah,
can only be a good thing.
yeah.
So sure, why not?
Go for it.
Go for it. You go, Glen Coco.
You,
You go.
you go.
I would actually
Uh,
like to see that, to be honest.
yeah. Oh, for Celtic, anything other than a defeat by Dundee United on Saturday will confirm a fourth successive title for Celtic.
Also, this Sunday it's wrapped up. If we don't lose, is that what you're
If you
telling
don't
me?
lose, yeah, yeah. If you lose, then Rangers have to beat St. Mirren,
Okay.
but it would only delay it at least until the top two then meet at Ibrox on the 4th of May.
Okay. Which,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Celtic and Rangers both have booked their places in European competition.
Does it say in what um
Um,
does it have more details?
just says it just goes on to what the other teams could do. So Aberdeen could get a spot in Europa League playoff round if they beat Celtic in the Scottish Cup final. But if they lose that, it goes to the team who finishes third in the Premiership.
Hmm.
So Hibs currently there, but Aberdeen, Dundee, and St. Mirren to some extent are still in contention to the best of the rest. Fourth place would be upgraded from the Conference League second qualifying round to the Europa League equivalent, and the conference spot would go to fifth place.
Hmm.
That all seems a bit confusing.
Yeah, that was a
Uh,
bit. Yeah, it's a bit much. Honestly, if gosh, the Conference League, I know it's not obviously being a newer, a younger competition, but the Conference League and the Europa League appeal to me a lot because those just seem more attainable to me.
yeah,
From a
yeah,
Scottish football perspective, those appeal to me in the sense that not for the grandeur of the occasion, but more so like we might be able to go far in that one.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
but
remember when Newcastle was post last time around being in the Champions League, kind of just hanging around, maybe like seventh place was like a good season
hmm.
in the Prem, and we'd make Europa League. Europa League was a good tournament. It's a good tournament.
Yeah, it,
You know,
it's like it's the all those teams that just for whatever reason didn't just quite make it to the Champions League,
mm,
and they're all teams like when you look at it, you're like, oh, these guys have all been in the Champions League before. They're just not
yep,
this year,
right,
like
right,
there's no. This is still a very tough competition.
right. They got like a C in a couple of classes, and now they got to like go to the one class just to make sure that you're doing
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, exactly.
Speaking
Exactly.
of Europa League, Man U, Tottenham doing pretty well. Um,
So Tottenham lost today in the Prem.
yeah, yeah, I know. Postecoglou is really
Yeah.
banking on a on a
Yeah,
Europa League
banking
final.
on all of those I was trying to think of an Australia joke, but I can't think of one. All of those
Yeah,
eggs are in that basket for the
yeah.
Europa League.
All the shrimp are in that Barbie.
All the shrimp in the Barbie.
Yeah.
It's
Tottenham
as
are
good as you're
going
gonna
off
get.
to the Arctic Circle. They have to play Bodo Glimt, who I think
Oh
we spoke
yeah.
about because Celtic played them last time around for some reason. I think. Um,
Yeah, I don't even think we beat them. I think we lost.
yeah, you did lose. You lost like one round, and then whatever.
Yeah.
But yes, they have to go up there. That's on May 1st. And then Manchester United, I mean, what a game. Did you catch like highlights at least of that one? That was a game. That was old Manchester United. That was like,
They just come around once every 4 years, right?
yeah, that was a good little match. Manchester United ended up winning 7-6 on aggregate, uh, 5-4 on the night. All because of a Harry Maguire
Oh yeah,
header.
that last second goal, yeah, or last
Looked
minute
like,
goal.
yeah, looked like prime Alan Shearer just knocking it in with his head.
So it was
Uh,
intentional.
yes,
Oh.
I thought that Rio Ferdinand was doing some of the commentating for TNT Sport over in the UK, and I thought his head was going to explode. It just like the never, not never, haven't heard Old Trafford like that in quite some time. It was, as a neutral in that one, I was like that. This is an amazing game.
Wow.
Um, yeah, but yeah, they come down to play Athletic Bilbao,
Hmm.
also on May 1st.
I don't think
And then
Bilbao is an easy team to play.
no, they're like third, I think, right now in La Liga, maybe
Yeah,
fourth.
I'd check, but yeah, I don't think that's an easy game.
Nope.
I think Bodo Glimt is the first time. I think I saw something that this was the first time a Norwegian team has made
Yes.
it to the semifinal stage of. I think the article had said the Europa League. I don't know if they were if it meant like European competition
Yeah, I think it's
because
got to be competition, unless they
because
randomly made a
what
Conference
Norwegian
League
team?
final.
Yeah, but the Conference League's only been going on for like less than
Yeah,
5 years.
yeah. Yeah, Bilbao is in fourth place in La Liga, uh, about only 6 points off Atletico Madrid in third place. So, in a very competitive league there, doing
Yeah.
pretty well. And we all know where Man U are in the Premier League. So, yeah,
Wow, wow,
yeah,
wow.
that's a big game. Athletic Bilbao. Of
Tot
course, they
Tottenham. Who needs this game more?
Tottenham
Postecoglou
or Man
or Amarin?
U. Needs it more. Probably Postacoglu to save his job. I think Amarin somehow has a he's got a little bit of leash. I don't think Postacoglu has it. What do you think?
Gosh, I don't know. Postecoglou's been there for a full season for longer.
Hmm.
Yes, but I think the administration at Tottenham are a bit more forgiving than they are at Man United. I think that fuse burns faster at United than it does at
Hmm.
Tottenham.
Hmm.
Um, so he's got more fuse to burn, Amarin, but I don't know. I think it might be burning pretty quick. I don't know. I think it's tough. I think they both desperately need it.
Yeah.
But I think I would probably agree with you on Tottenham, perhaps by the slight or Postecoglou on the slightest of margins. Probably needs that just a
Yeah.
wee bit more because if that doesn't go his way, the league's already went not only not his way, but the opposite way. Um,
The league like could have gotten really
so
bad his way if the bottom teams weren't as bad as they were.
yeah, yeah. Speaking of what Leicester getting officially relegated, what
Yeah.
yesterday or today?
Yep.
Yesterday.
The Vardy party is over.
That has to
Um,
be the end of the Vardy party in the Premier League era. It has to be.
it has to be.
38 years old, leading a dull front line without
Yeah.
lacking reinforcements in the Premier League. Like, there's no way at the age of 40 he does it if Leicester come back after a year. There's no way. I mean,
Yeah.
did you see Vardy's post on Instagram today
Did he say something
or yesterday,
explicit?
perhaps? I mean, he said shit house
Yeah, he
or
said
shit
something
show. He's
very,
got a
very
shit show.
disappointment. Yeah. Uh,
But it seemed pretty genuine. I mean, it seemed like coming from a place of some real frustration and disappointment. I mean, rightly so. I mean, they've I think so. Ruud van Nistelrooy took over in December, I believe.
yeah,
I think
late.
for the past 4 months, which takes us basically to December, Leicester
Yeah.
have not scored a goal at home.
Phew.
Not one goal. They've been blanked every time at home. I don't know. It's not very good for the morale. It's not conducive to the morale.
No, no, it's not. That'll do it to you every time.
Yeah.
Think you're. This is Vardy's post.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't even know what to say. No words can express feelings, anger, sadness. No excuses. Collectively, as players in a club, we failed. Simply no hiding. I refuse to entertain any suggestion of doing so. Having been in this club for so long, we've experienced so many highs, successes. In this season, we had nothing but miserable, and for me personally, a total embarrassment. It hurts. I know you're feeling it too. The fans, I'm sorry. We haven't performed, and sorry we end the 2025 season with such a shit show. So, uh,
I
yeah,
I don't know what you expect if you don't reinforce when bumping up to to a league like this.
yeah,
So I don't know what else they expected to see. But this was it. So
one of the comments, he probably should have just scored more goals, to be honest. Rough, rough out there on the internet. Um, but yeah, that's the way the
easy for
table
me to
looks.
say from my chair, and having never played a single second of Premier League football, but I don't know if Vardy was the guy to be playing Premier League football for
Yeah,
Leicester this year. You
yeah,
know,
he should have been a great super sub. You know,
yeah, super sub, keep like 20 minutes. Like he still has it, but he just doesn't have it for 90 minutes. So like
yeah,
20 minutes of
Vardy.
angry, fresh Vardy, like
Yeah,
that's what that's what you're gonna get now.
yeah,
And trying to play that card every single time for the whole 90 minutes is like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's easy to say. Who didn't see that coming?
Right, right. You don't think the ownership
Yeah,
thought, hey, maybe we should buy another
I
striker.
feel like for the most part, that administration, that collective, that management team has been fairly smart. They haven't gotten everything right, but they've gotten most of it right. They
Right.
got everything wrong this year.
Yeah.
Everything wrong this year.
Yeah. Speaking of teams that look just gassed, Newcastle, my Newcastle, losing 4-1 against Villa. It seems like every time we play Villa, it's just a white, like, washout for either team. Um, and I think this one, it was kind of due. We'd been playing the same team for like the last 7 matches across all competitions, I think it was. And, you know, the even without Eddie Howe on the sidelines, still got
Oh yeah,
recovering from pneumonia. Um, Jason
that's
Tyndall there
wild.
on the sidelines doing things. Yeah, like kind of a weird time to get pneumonia. No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was if it was one of them ones where it's like you have like walking pneumonia for like 6 months and you didn't know that you
Uh-huh.
had it type stuff, you know?
Right. Yeah, I'm just looking at the head-to-head. The last time we played was in December, of Boxing Day. Newcastle won 3-0. Before that, we beat them 3-1. We beat them 5-1. I mean, it's just goal fest after
Mm.
one another, like in this lineup. The first 20 minutes of this game was pretty intense. That was fun. But Villa just they had an angry Ollie Watkins, who's definitely like, why have you ever left me out of the squad?
Mm.
Because he's been out of it for a little while. They've been kind of been experimenting a little bit more, I feel like, with Rashford. But they put Ollie in there. I want to say this the match where an Ian scored. I saw some ridiculous stat where there hasn't been an Ian that scored in the Premier League for something since like 2011.
Ian?
And Ian, somebody named Ian, has not
Oh.
scored in the Premier League. Uh, yeah, it's a ridiculous stat, absolutely ridiculous stat. But anyway, it might have been this game, it might have been another. But yeah, Newcastle still sitting in fourth place, doing pretty good. Nottingham Forest bounce
Crazy,
back up to
man.
third place. It's crazy, crazy how they're such a crazy season. I don't know if they can pull it off again next year,
No, I
especially
don't
with
think
Europe,
so.
European football. Chris
I
Wood's
don't
going to
think
be
so.
playing in the Champions League. Um, Man City kind of getting decent at a good time. It's interesting to see how they fold into this mix. I think I saw something about Pep saying that basically them coming fifth would be a good season for them. Um, Chelsea looked a little weak. They obviously eked it out the other day. Who they play? Fulham. They won 2-1 against Fulham. Um, Still very much in this. You know, everybody from third place, Nottingham Forest right now, on 60 points, down to Villa 57. You know, those top 3 to 7 places right now could literally shuffle the deck at any point in this season. I think luckily for Newcastle, we have like Ipswich Town next. But
Newcastle
yeah,
on course to be in the Champions League next year. Then looks like it. Maybe.
I feel confident because we have that top five. It's got like that extra place cushion. Um, yeah, I feel confident about it. I
I
think
would love there to
too,
be
we
a case study as to why, like, why did City,
bottle it this year.
why did the bottom fall out? You know,
Yeah, it
what
wasn't.
happened? It
It
was like
wasn't
they were
De
flying,
Bruyne.
and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it was like, and
Yeah,
then like scraping the bottom, like hitting just pavement, metal, sparks were flying, just,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden it kind of was like we're off the ground again. Like,
yeah.
the pilot just leave the cockpit? What happened?
Right, exactly. Um, yeah, I don't know if you can even point to one thing that would explain why that happened. You know,
I,
De
I so
Bruyne,
desperately want
they
to
had
know.
some injuries. You know, was the legal stuff looming over them realistically? Probably not.
The legal stuff is
Um,
still not sorted out, right?
it's not
I don't think
sorted out, but you know, is it? They all knew it was going to be happening, and it's not like they're being deposed. I mean, maybe Pep's maybe involved, but not to a level that it's going to distract him that much. The Pep like scratching his head so much that it was bleeding. Like, remember that in the middle of the season?
no,
Like,
I never saw that.
oh, you
First I
didn't see
heard of
that?
that right now.
He was doing a press conference, and people were like, "Oh, like what's wrong with your head?" And he was just like doing this like all game, like just scratching his head.
Wow.
And he had like he scratched it so much that it like was bleeding.
Wow.
Um, I mean, he's like definitely been like mentally on edge this season. Um,
He signed a contract extension this year, did he not?
yeah, yeah. Um, but I don't know. I don't know how you explain what went down. Maybe something's in
Seriously.
the water in Manchester because Man U
Dude,
clearly not doing well. But
it's just now seeped to the blue side.
yeah, right. Whatever it is.
Yeah, would.
Um,
Gosh, Lord knows. But
yeah,
I would love to know. That's I don't know. A team who was has been flying for so long, and it was just like
flying. And what
yeah,
happened to Erling Haaland?
started drinking the water. I don't know.
I mean, like, let's see, Premier League stats. I mean, he's still pretty up there, isn't he?
I think he got himself a decent cushion, but yeah, he's kind of just fallen off. He's been injured a little bit too. His ankles, I think, been bothering him.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's all it's been. Is just like little minor injuries to key players at certain times.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, he's got 27 goals this season. I guess he hasn't fallen
Yeah,
off
I
that
mean
bad.
that's very reputable. Like it's that's
Okay, fine.
eh,
Kevin De Bruyne still has the second most assists, third most
jeez.
assists. Um, yeah, Rodri has the most passes made. Who cares? Most
Wow, that's
minutes
crazy.
played.
Rodri's played so little.
Yeah, um, yeah, that's wild. Yes, for
Uh,
goals, you've got Erling Haaland on 27, Cole Palmer 22, Isak on 21, Phil Foden on 19. Uh, are these last year's stats? This
I
sounds so wrong, doesn't it?
mean, they sound
Sounds
they
wrong.
it sounds a little wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. I mean, Erling Haaland's still in second, apparently. I'm gonna look this up on the actual app. I don't trust the website. Don't trust the internet, kids.
Oh,
It
yeah,
lies to you.
don't trust AI. I'm looking at the trashy teas, seeing if anything's tasty. I see the fixtures start tomorrow. Match day 34 starts tomorrow, and
Yeah,
then also plays Wednesday, and then ends out on Saturday, Sunday.
we're doing a little trash tease.
Trash takes.
Trash
I could see Villa
take.
beating City. I think that kind of sounds spicy.
Ooh, I'll lock in.
Um, I see Tottenham versus Liverpool. I want it to be spicy, but Postecoglou is gonna put no spice in that pasta.
Mm,
Um,
gonna use plain water.
yeah, just plain water.
Not even any salt. Um,
No, he's rinsing the noodles too. Make sure there's nothing in there. Not even like a. There's nothing.
there's just nothing. It's just he breaks his pasta in half.
Yeah. Oh man, he would too.
uh,
I'm not
all
even
right.
Italian, and I know that's bad. Shit. Um, we got Arsenal, Crystal Palace. That's not really saying anything to me. Everton, Chelsea. I could see that being like 2-1 Chelsea.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm gonna Bournemouth. I think
mm,
I Bournemouth at home. I think Bournemouth probably beat United.
all right.
I think Bournemouth are one of the Premier League's least favorite teams to play against.
Yeah.
But
Do I
Villa,
do I dare say Spurs beat Liverpool?
I thought about it, but I mean, I could see Liverpool fielding like a not so strong squad. But really, the Premier League is really, I think, all they have to play for now, right? They've been knocked out of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
They've been knocked out of Champo. That
Mm,
they don't,
yep.
and the Prem's pretty much wrapped up. So I don't know if they
Yep.
really want to like just like slam dunk, dunk on everybody that who's in the remaining fixtures, or if they're just like, hey, we did the hard stuff.
Right. Um, where does West Ham stand in this season right now?
Mm, they're sitting on 17th. 17th. It would be in so much danger if the bottom three didn't suck as hard as they did.
Yeah.
Poor Ipswich,
Uh,
man.
yeah. Could Moyes outdo Brighton?
I don't know.
I'm
Don't
gonna say
know.
yes. West Ham are gonna beat Brighton.
Okay. I'm sticking it with what I say first. Villa are gonna beat City. I don't know by what margin, and I don't know by how many goals to how many, but I think Villa are gonna do it.
All right, you got Villa beating City. I got West Ham beating Brighton. Uh, that's a great little episode for just two dudes.
Yeah, just two chill dudes, you
Just
know,
two chill dudes chatting.
just chatting about footy. What else? What
Yeah.
else? You need? We trimmed off the excess fat and got you streamlined, streamlined.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can't wait to call Ben the excess fat.
yeah, I'll call him that to his face,
There you
or
go.
to the screen, to the screen. I'll do it to the screen.
Right. You'll be at least you'll be in the same state, so it's
Yeah,
kind
we'll
of
be.
face to face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. If I say it loud enough, he can probably hear me.
Right, exactly. America's not that big.
Yeah,
We all live in the same neighborhood.
exactly.
All right, Steve.
Yeah,
Enjoy
that
the
was a good
week.
one. We should do this again
Good to
sometime.
see you.
Yeah, likewise. Chat, it was good
Everybody
to see
else.
you too.
You as well.